Greetings everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Freeman. I'd like to welcome you all to my channel. So this is what I liked about the film, The American Society for Magical Negroes. The film makes a good, solid point about what it's actually like to be a black person living in America. As a 6-foot-tall, dark-skinned African-American man, I have to be very careful about how I present myself in public. If I wear dark hoodies, if I walk too close to someone, in particular to, I would say, a white woman, if I am doing anything that appears to be angry, I'm basically putting my life on the line.
What's the most dangerous animal on the planet?
Shark.
White people, when they feel uncomfortable. White people feeling uncomfortable precedes a lot of bad stuff for us. That's why we fight white discomfort every day. Because the happier they are, the safer we are.
And so they use their charm, they use their non-threatening nature to essentially protect themselves against the threat of, as the film says, walking to a Nazi once you kind of walk outside. You see this with Aaron, played by Justice Smith, where he's always apologizing, he's always a little bit awkward, he's ducking his head.
I know you can feel their discomfort, Aaron. Watching you walk through a room full of white people was the most painful thing I've ever seen.
Excuse me. Sorry.
And so the magic really is a metaphor for of kind of presenting yourself not as a non-threatening manner. Once that magic goes away, once that charm, once, that's my black friend, that he's not like them, once that goes away, then your life is on the line. And that's the thing what the film does a great job in portraying. The second thing I like about the film is they make fun of the absolutely annoying magical Negro trope.
This is becoming embarrassing. Oh, no, sir. It's been embarrassing for quite some time now.
The magical Negro trope being basically the presence of a black character solely in the service of a white character. They have no depth, they have no background, they have no character, they have no personality. And so they make fun of films like The Legend of Bagger Vance, Driving Miss Daisy, Officer and the Gentleman, and The Green Mile. The third thing I love about the film was the relationship between Aaron and Roger. So Aaron played by Justice Smith and Roger played by Alan Grier.
I want to take you to a job interview. There's a recruiting class starting right now, and we got to get you in it.
There's definitely a father-son vibe, though, of course, just because there's an older black man, a younger black man. They don't have to be related. I know that's another trope. But just looking at the film, just taking at the film at face value, looking at their interaction, they definitely have a father-son vibe. Now, they could have easily had made Alan Grier a magical Negro figure for Aaron, which I think would have been a big mistake, but they're very cognizant of that, and so they don't do that. Alan Grier has a bit of a backstory. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a story of his life that connects with what's going on with Aaron, why he actually acts in the way that he does. And so I love that part. I love the fact that they took the time to give Roger a backstory, to give him more depth, because that is the problem with the magical Negro trope, is that basically this person of color is there only because they do something for this white character. It's as if they don't matter. I also love the chemistry between Aaron and Lacey, played by Mia Ford. So I would say at the heart of the film, though the film does have a big message, at the heart it's a rom-com. There's a romantic comedy. It goes with the same formula. So basically Lacey and Aaron meet each other. They don't really hit it off at first, but then through a series of unexpected situations, they fall in love.
Hey, I'm Lizzie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
She's great.
Yeah, she's cool.
You kidding? Come on, man. She's smart and funny.
I know what you were doing going on about her. You're trying to set us up.
No, that's not what I was doing.
You cannot have a relationship with Lizzie now. Because if you don't put Jason first, everyone's magic will fail.
So what didn't I like about the film? Well, one thing I didn't like about the film was at times it felt a little bit more preachy than funny, and I think this was supposed to be a comedy. There are a lot of gags like #GhanaGate that was so on the nose that it doesn't really hit for me, again this is my opinion, in regards to the comedy. It's funny, I get the joke, but I just didn't feel like the ha-ha laugh out loud funny. I mean, it's a very liberal film. Like they're critiquing even some kind of white liberalness, but it is a liberal film. The story is a liberal story. And so sometimes that message, which I think is a problem with some more liberal films, and probably extreme conservative ones as well, is the message becomes so much part of the story, or so much of the story, that you lose the comedy aspect. And so for me, the funniest films are ones where they put the comedy first, And then if they have a message in there, so be it, but the comedy is the most important part. So think about a film with a similar message to this one, American Fiction, which is about kind of being black in America and kind of what that experience is like. And I feel like they do a better job with the comedy than this film does. So here's who should watch this film. If you've ever been a black person, like myself, in a situation where you're the only black person there, you feel the awkwardness, you feel like you're quote unquote representing your people, and it doesn't, you know, you feel that uncomfortability in that situation, this film is for you. Because in particular, there's one speech that Aaron makes that made me feel seen, in that, like, this is how I feel, like, you know, I'm here and you feel like I'm here in service of you. Like, you know, I should make you feel comfortable, where at no point did you try to make me feel comfortable at all. And so Aaron does a speech, and it really is kind of full circle with his character, which I think is important, which is actually what sold me on the film. Earlier in the first half of the film, I was kind of like, he's awkward, he's like, ah. But as he got closer to the end, once you started to see him grow as a person, that's when it really sold me on the film, and that speech really personifies that growth. You should also see this film if, let's say, that you don't really get why a black person might feel uncomfortable being the only black person in a particular setting, even in particular in a liberal setting, like a liberal academic department. If you don't really get that, then this is a film you should watch, because again, it really, you see it from Aaron's perspective, you see why he feels the way he feels, and so I think it really does give that take that is needed. And that's what I think is the best part of the film, that you get to hear him say out loud what many of us feel about kind of how we feel being the only black person in a given setting. And so if you don't get it, if it doesn't make sense to you, how can you be in a liberal setting and be black and still feel uncomfortable? Watch this film. And if you're not in any one of those two groups and you want to go into this for a straight up like comedy, laugh out loud comedy, skip it. This is not a laugh out loud comedy, in my opinion. I mean, I love movies. My favorite movie is I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. That's a laugh out loud comedy. You know, take a movie like The Hangover, which I know is not politically correct. That's a laugh out loud comedy. There's other ones as well. But the point is, this particular film isn't that. It's a message film. It has comedy kind of interspersed, but it's not there to make you laugh. It's more to make you think. Now, if you found this review interesting and or informative, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, please share this video. And if there are other films you want me to review on this channel, please leave the suggestions in the comment section below. Thank you all for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day.